Okay, in this video, let's learn Venn diagrams. Now I have a basic Venn diagram here. If you just kind of look at it, this is an example of a Venn diagram, pretty simple one. So we have two circles here. And let's say I'm going to call this whole group of people my friends. These are my entire friends. Now I have some folks here, my friends, who like football, and I have others who like cricket. And then we have some folks kind of in between who like both. Okay, both football and cricket. So let's kind of use this simple example to explain what a Venn diagram is. So in this circle here says like football. We have these people: Arif, Daniel, Frank, Vicky, John. So they all like football now. Let's look at the folks who like cricket. It's Pavi, Zara, Salman, Vicky, John. Now, if you see here that these folks, they both like football and cricket. So a Venn diagram is a way to kind of show these relationships between what we call sets. Okay. So this circle here represents one set and the people in this set. Set notation is just like a little curly bracket. And the set is simply a collection of items. So this particular set, let's say, likes football. I can just say, okay, who is in the like football set? So who are the members of that set, if you will? So it's Arif, Daniel, Frank, Vicky, and John. Right. So all these folks are members, are elements of this set called likes football. Now we could do the same thing for the likes cricket. Pavi, Zara, Salman, Vicky, John. And we will notice again that Vicky and John are members of both sets. So we have one set here, we have another set here, and then we have kind of the sets overlapping here. So a Venn diagram is a graphical way. Generally, we use circles to show relationships between sets. Let's give these sets a different name. Let's call this set A and let's call this set B. The set A and set B, just a little bit easier notation than the likes of football, likes cricket. Okay, we can give any set, any name. So we will call these this circle to the left A. In this circle to the right is a B. Because I'm going to talk a little bit more beyond the Venn diagrams. A Venn diagram is a diagram that helps us to visualize logical relationships between sets and their elements. I'm going to use some formal set notations here. we can see both Vicky and John are members of both sets. Okay, so this intersection here is kind of like they both like football and cricket. Let's imagine there was no name here. Let's just take these guys out here for a second. So what would that tell us? Well, if you notice, there is no names in common. So my friends are either like football or cricket, and nobody likes both, right? So if I put it, say Vicky, well, there is one person in my friends list who likes both. So you kind of see how a Venn diagram is a nice graphical way to see again a relationships between collections or what we call sets. Now, typically in a Venn diagram, we will have like a big square around everything. So my entire friends includes all these people. I like football, cricket, and both football and cricket. These folks in the middle, it's called an intersection. These folks in the circles combined, it's called union. But what about this over here? Okay, you will see this in Venn diagrams. You will see some things outside of the circle. So, what are these people represent? Well, David and James don't like football or cricket. So, we cannot put them in either one of these sets. So, these are folks that are not members of either one of these sets. Okay, so I want to show you here. I wanted to name the set in the circle here A, in this circle B. So the intersection, if you remember, originally this was Vicky and John. And they were members of both circles. Okay, they both like football and they both like cricket. So they are in the middle. But what this part of the circle represents? Something called the intersection. The intersection, kind of the overlapping part of these two sets. So the notation for this is a little upside down U. Okay. So A intersection B is the overlapping period or this overlapping region here. This. So this would be A intersection B equal to open bracket, curly bracket, Vicky and John. In Venn diagrams, you are probably going to be seeing in set notation. Now, let me show you one other one here, and that is A union B. So A intersect B is the overlapping basically. This little set here are these members are on both A and B. Okay. That's what this represents. Now A union B means give me all the members. Can these members are called elements of both A and B? So we are just going to make one big set. So A union B would be Arif, Daniel, Frank, Vicky, John, Pavi, Sarah, and Salman. We would just put all those names here and then just kind of close it. We just write everyone's name down. And by the way, now what need to write Vicky and John twice? As long as they are represented once, that's fine. So this is union, okay? And kind of remember that it looks like a capital U. And this is intersection. So these are some things that you definitely want to kind of get it, have a clear idea when you're talking about Venn diagrams. And there is other things about sets like subsets, etc. But again, Venn diagram, pretty simple graphical way to see what's going on between set and their various relations. Okay, so let's go and wrap it up. So hopefully you will consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. I definitely appreciate a thumbs up and leave me some feedback.